So for today's episode of Smart TV, we want to talk about Facebook Messenger. What are the ways that you can use Facebook Messenger for your business? Most likely your business is not using Facebook Messenger very much. And we want to give you some tips and ideas to help you in using that platform more effectively. Facebook has done a great job of making it easier to use, developing it out for businesses. So it's not just a private messaging system for individuals, but it's now an opportunity for businesses to communicate with their customers also. So let's talk about some of these things. So if you have questions about using Facebook Messenger, let us know. We'd love to answer those questions for you. So thanks for joining us on our live stream today as well. We will be recording this and putting it onto YouTube so you can watch it later also. So first thing you want to realize about Facebook Messenger is it is a one-to-one messaging system. So it's not a broadcast system like on your Facebook page where it goes one to many. You post it, lots of people see it. Facebook Messenger is more about one-to-one relationships, one-to-one communication with people. So it's about the person and communicating with them individually. One really great way you should always be using Facebook Messenger is connecting with your customers. Encourage your customers to use Messenger as a tool for customer service. So you can jump onto Facebook, whether it's through the mobile app or on the website. People can message you directly off your page. You can, if you want to encourage more dialogue and conversation with people, switch the button on your Facebook page to, instead of a call now button, it could be message us. And that basically would send you a message. So these are the private messages. These are not public. The average public is not going to see these messages. So they're private between you and that individual. But really, it's awesome to help with customer service. Encourage your customers to utilize that. It'll cut back on the amount of phone calls you have to worry about for customer service and make an easier platform to help you in navigating those things. Because you could really, one customer service person could be handling 4 or 5 messages, instant messages from customers at a time and working on those conversations. As long as they can respond appropriately and not cross-respond to those conversations, it'll work out great. So really use it as a great tool to help field questions and things for your customer service. Now you can put links in your email as well as links on your website. You can build a widget on your website that allows people to use Messenger and talk with your business immediately. So there's lots of tools out there that you can put in place to do live chat on your website. Zendesk and others are pretty common, but you can also use Facebook Messenger as a way to chat with people. And it's a way that they can even communicate while through the Facebook app also. So you can, in some instances, get some extra reach that way. So those are great to do. If you do retail sales on the internet, that's a great way to communicate and to share shipping information and receipts with your customers is through Facebook Messenger. So if they connect with you on Facebook Messenger while they're doing the purchase, then you can now send them updates, and if they have questions about it, you can respond that way, as well as if they want to order again, they can message you through Facebook Messenger to order again. So it's a great way to keep in touch with your customers. Now, once someone has connected with you on Facebook Messenger, you as a business have the ability to message them. You can send them messages and then they can respond back to you. So they have to connect. You can't just send blanket messages out necessarily through Facebook Messenger. They have to connect with you. Now you can advertise. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, but that's a little different than sending people one-on-one messages. But get them to connect. It's a great way to do customer service, and it's a more cost-efficient way than having to do phone calls and have people watching the phones. Because you can have one person that handles a lot of messages at once coming in. That can help a ton. Another fun thing you can do with Facebook Messenger is use bots. Now, many of you may not have heard about bots. So these are software, if you will. They're kind of like a software robot. It's basically a piece of software that you put together that does some thinking and intelligence work for you. So these can respond to people that are messaging you on Facebook, and they can connect with those people and answer some of those questions. So if you have a series of questions that you get asked all the time, or if you have a logical structure to how people you need to address certain questions in your customer service or deal with people, then building a bot to automate that is a great way to save you time and money as well. Because what's nice about it is you can build the bots, you set up the bot, and when people respond in, you can have a welcome message go out to them with a couple of questions that come up, very common questions that already show up. Then they can click on one of those, and then it goes into the next response, where you can ask for open-ended feedback. Some bots, if you're willing to get sophisticated, some of the bots you can connect with an artificial intelligence, an AI unit that will help in interpreting what the customer is saying and come up with an appropriate response to message them back with. Their bots are nice too, because if you have, let's say you have a service where you schedule appointments, whether that's an HVAC business or hair salons or other things like that, you can build a bot that will ask people questions if they want to schedule an appointment. So let's say somebody on Messenger jumps out to you, says, I'd like to get an appointment. Oh great, that initiates the bot. Now they can jump in to do appointments. Hey, here's our available times. What days do you want? Here's what we have next Wednesday available. Which spot do you want? Okay, great, we'll get you booked in. And then the bot can actually handle that transaction back and forth, get them scheduled in, and then dump it into your calendar so you have them on your calendar and know, oh, this is my next client. So a bot can automate that, and you can do that through Facebook Messenger. So those are great. You can even accept payments through Facebook Messenger with certain bots. If you have a lot of questions that like diagnostic systems, build a bot. Put that together so that you can actually help people without necessarily taking up a ton of your time. So this is a common one sometimes with like HVAC businesses or plumbers or computer repair. If you get people messaging you or talking with you and there's a logical formula that you have to walk through, like a series of questions that you walk through all the time with your customers when you're diagnosing or troubleshooting what problems they're having, you can build a bot that'll answer those questions and gather that information. And then you can even have the bot say, I'm not quite sure what it is. Let me get you to one of our experts live. And that's when you get the message that you need to jump on and talk to this person or call them. You can say, hey, what's your phone number? I want to talk to you immediately and get that information brought in, or we'll have somebody call you and walk you through that or something like that. So you can move them from the bot into doing working with a live person. But you've gathered all this information, you've done a lot of initial stuff up front that the bot does that allows you to not have to do as much on that yourself. So it saves you time and money. So bots are a great way to do things with Facebook Messenger. Another fun thing you can do with Facebook Messenger as well is run ads. Now this is something that's relatively new. The last few months Facebook has been opening up Messenger where you can run an ad on Facebook and you can have it also show up on Messenger. So these are ads, like banner ads, that can show up in the app when you are in there looking around for things. They can show up at different parts of the screen, sometimes at the top. Usually I think it's mostly at the top, sometimes possibly at the bottom down by the buttons. It might pull up a little banner ad as well. So those ads are part of that audience insights that Facebook has, the audience networks for advertising. And so when you build a Facebook ad that you want to run on Facebook and Instagram, you can also say, I want this to run in Messenger. And then people that are using Facebook Messenger to communicate, if their profile, if they're that type of person, the demographics matches with the kind of person that you're targeting on your ad on Facebook as well as in Instagram, then Messenger can show those ads to them as well. So, and you can do some specific targeting with Messenger also. That's fun. So play around with some of those settings in there. There's some things you can do in there that'll help you out. So those are some great things you can do with that as well. So if you have questions about using Facebook Messenger for your business, let us know. We'd love to answer those questions and help people out. One thing before we get into too many questions is there's a brand new thing that Facebook's coming out with on Facebook Messenger. Now they've opened this up. You can talk as a business. You can talk to more people. You can connect with more people. You can be found in there. So make sure your Facebook Messenger profile is set up and connected to your Facebook page and so forth. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. We appreciate that. Those likes are awesome. You can be discovered. So people can search Facebook Messenger to find you. So make sure you've got your profile picture and everything else done, and it's connected with your Facebook page, so you get those notifications and those things as well. They now have a new thing called the promoted message. And what it is it's where you can then say, I want to initiate a conversation with people who meet a certain demographic. And so now you can basically pay for an ad that gets a promoted message in front of these people. So it's kind of like a promoted post on Facebook, but you're targeting people that aren't necessarily connected with you already on Messenger. So this is another way that you can say, let's get in front of some potential customers and maybe ask them questions. Use this as a way to get them to ask us questions, to provide value to them. Those things are going to be great. So those are some fun things that you can do to use Messenger to connect more with potential customers. So that's now opening up and emerging in what you can do with that. So some fun stuff you can do. Now, one thing that's really good that you can do as well with the bots is build a service for people. Like there's weather bots. So you can download a bot on Facebook Messenger and you can say, hey, what is the weather? And it'll give you your weather report. And you can even set up to say, I want a daily update. So every day it sends you a message that says, here's the highs, here's the lows, you know, is it going to rain or not? Those things. You can build that, and you can automate it so where now you're building a bot that can run, that you can use to provide a service to somebody else. So those are some fun things you can do as well. I think there's some ways to do it around events, like you can build a bot that pushes out those events. Hey guys, here's the next event, click here to sign up for it or whatever. So there's some fun things you can do with that. So really look into bots. They are cool at what you can do with those. And really when you build a good bot, you can dump that program into other apps as well and even do text messaging back and forth with them. So bots can exist well beyond just Facebook Messenger in what they can do for you. So those are some fun things. Maybe we'll do a whole video just on bots. I think we introduced them about a year ago on a video too. So maybe we'll dive into that a little bit more later. So promoted messages gets you in front of people who you aren't talking with on Facebook Messenger, but helps to get the conversation started. I would recommend, if you're going to do this, is do not be spammy with them at all. Okay, the one thing that we know about online marketing is spam doesn't work very well. Now, you can run a ton of links, you know, and there is some averages that you can play when you're dealing with links. You know, if we get in front of so many people, X number are going to click it. So we're just going to run the numbers and make this happen. There are ways of doing that, and they do oftentimes work out in those ways, but you've got to go through a ton of people. And the reality is you're not building relationships, and you're not maximizing the effectiveness of your marketing dollars by doing that, because you're just burning through money to try to get as many people to buy right now. So really look at building those relationships, because you can increase the lifetime value of your customers, you can get repeat business, referrals, all that's going to make your marketing way more cost effective. So for a typical business, that's the better way to go, is build those relationships. So if you're going to do the promoted messages on Facebook, or even some of the ads on Facebook Messenger, really look at how can you provide value. How can you encourage these people to use Messenger as a tool to make their life better? So if they can connect with you on Messenger and they can ask you questions and give feedback and those things, that's what you want. So offer stuff that's going to encourage them. If you have a service that's very technical and people are asking you questions all the time, encourage that conversation in Messenger. It cuts back on phone time, and it cuts back, because if you're on the phone with one person, you can't talk to anybody else. So if you get them into Messenger, you can have 4 or 5 conversations at once. And so you can be way more efficient at communicating and answering questions. And if you've got a bot in place, then you can utilize that bot to answer questions as well, like we talked about earlier. So really consider these. Facebook Messenger has been growing and has been evolving into a good tool for a business. Highly recommend using it for your customer service. Highly recommend using it, especially if you have an educational sell. If you've got more of a longer term process that you need to go through in selling to people, use it to help answer people's questions, gather information from them, connect with them, be of service to them. The more of service that you can be to your customers, the more they're going to buy from you and recommend their friends and family to you as well. So let go of some of the old thoughts and ideas that you have to craft a message and control everything. Just realize in social media you don't control everything, that you need to realize that it's important to be of value and of service to your customers. That's going to help you so much more. So use Messenger as a one-to-one tool to do customer service and to build personal relationships with your customers and potential future customers, to help endear them to you so that you can work more with them as well. So all of those things are going to help you grow your business. Now, the customer service stuff and some of the ads can help you in a more short-term value to get more people to to connect with you on social media and interact with you and even purchase from you. But really, Facebook Messenger is going to be a better long-term value for your business. Get more people to build those relationships, to talk with you, ask them questions, get feedback, customer service type stuff is going to be great. And I'm really sure that what we're going to see very soon is the ability to do reviews through Facebook Messenger. So that's where you can send a message out to people and you can get reviews to come in direct. You can actually ask them the questions and the reviews will come in through Facebook Messenger, and make it even easier to get reviews that can be dumped into your Facebook page, or even through a third-party service to dump onto Google Plus and other platforms, so that your reviews from your customers, their testimonials, can be shared in other sites. So I'm sure that's coming. If not, gave you an idea of an app to go build and work on to integrate so that you can use Messenger as a way to get more feedback from customers. So consider these things to help you in growing your business and using social media in an effective way to help you be more efficient with your advertising dollars and your spending habits, so that you can be better at your marketing and grow your business more.